Who the fuck did I fucking park at? Hey, I be telling guys all the time, they get mad at me. I be like, when I be on debating with these guys on Facebook and shit like that, you gotta realize a lot of guys, you know, a lot of you guys been raised up by your mother and she brainwashed you. Look at what do you think housing projects are for? Housing projects, they say housing projects were initially designed for soldiers coming home from the war. But another word for projects is an experiment. Like I said in one of my poems, the prison is the project and the projects are an experiment. And we live like illegal aliens on top of each other, side by side each other, over and under each other. We supposed to be brothers. The brothers are born to be free. This is bad because all we do is follow Mr. Charlie around. But what I was saying, that's part of the poem. That's the end of it. And what I'm saying, the projects are for single mothers. That's what they're for. They're for single mothers. They're not for married couple. They're not for married people. They're initially designed for single mothers because all the shit that goes on is all due to social engineering. Now, back to the point I was getting back to. I was like, the projects is filled mostly with single mothers and their children. And your mother always tell you, if somebody hits you, you better hit them back. And if they're too big for you, you better pick up some shit and knock the shit out of them. That's what your mother teach you. That's all that shit you learn from your mother. Your father don't teach you that because he's not around. Like I be saying, guys be so quick to call a girl a hoe, but these same guys never met their own father. So all the shit that you go through, a lot of times you've been indoctrinated and brainwashed. You're masculine, but you have a feminine mindset. Because your mother done taught you all that shit. And she may not teach you directly, verbally, but you learn from her actions. Like a lot of times I be telling, like I was saying, children don't listen to what you do. They watch you what you do. They watch you. And that's why you like, wait, you see a baby doing something, you're like, where you learn that from? He learned it from you. He learned it from the people he be around. People are known by virtue of who they spend their time around the most. People are known by virtue of who they spend their time around the most. If you hang around thugs, you're going to grow up to be a thug. You hang around, comedians, you might grow up to be a comedian. People are known by virtue of who they spend their time around the most. And like a guy, that's why I be saying, guys are taught to put women on a pedestal and make an idol of them, even if they don't deserve it. That's why, like, if you work at say if you got a bunch of men that work at a construction site, and you go in one of those guys' lockers, he got pictures of a whole bunch of women. Why is he making an idol of these women? They women. But you're taught as a young man to make an idol of a woman and put her on the pedestal and make her think that she's better than you, and she's not better than you. Y'all equal. You cater to her needs and she cater to your needs. Y'all equal. Y'all balance each other out, but nobody's better than the other. But you're taught to put, you got a locker full of naked women and shit like that. You making an idol of them. Like I was arguing with the guy online the other day. He said, no matter what, you pay for sex. Why should I pay for sex and she's enjoying it just as much as I am? If we on the same page intellectually, then everything else is going to fall in place. That's why I'm saying there's no such thing as good sex. Good sex only means that you found somebody that appeals to your imagination. That's what that means. You found somebody that appeals to your imagination. But like I said, you go into one of these construction working lockers and they got pictures of a whole bunch of... Like when I was growing up in high school, I never hung up pictures of women. Fuck that. I'm going to hang up pictures to a bunch of celebrities I don't know. I don't know them. I don't know them people. I don't know Janet Jackson. I don't know Kim Fields. I don't know none of them. I don't know Beyonce. I don't know them, and they don't know me. And if I went up to say something to them, they would look at me like I'm crazy, and I'd probably get beat up by the security guards or something. They don't know me, but you're taught to put them people on the idol and make worship them. Guys are taught to worship women, but they don't do the same thing for you. They taught to play the game with you. They play like I be saying, you meet a girl and y'all start dating, but she don't have a one-night stand with you because she don't want you to think she's a floozy. But in the meantime, she's going back and sleeping with her ex-boyfriend, the guy that she's on bad terms with. And then when she's ready to sleep with the new guy, then she'll sleep with him and make the new guy think she waited. But she didn't wait. She just went back to her ex-boyfriend. Or she pulled out her pocket rocket. That's all it is. Because women got more game than men. Because they gotta, you know, they don't have the muscle and they don't have the muscle and the masculine nature to just bogart their way. So they gotta weave their way. They gotta be more. They gotta be smarter. And a lot of guys been dumbed down by their mother, and the women keep secrets in how to run game on guys, and guys don't realize it. That's why I be telling guys, you gotta forget everything your mother told you. A lot of shit she told you from a female's perspective, and the shit is backwards. That's why guys be doing backwards shit. They do shit based on, guys be doing shit based on how you feel instead of being practical, because you thinking like a woman. Women do shit based on how it make them feel. Guys supposed to do shit out of being practical. But most guys think like their mother. Like I be seeing, you've been brainwashed and indoctrinated by the shit she told you. She the one that dragged you to church and indoctrinated you with that Christianity and shit like that. That shit all stems from slavery, because it was a survival mechanism. She looking out for her children. So she gonna teach them what the master teaching her about a God in the sky and all that other shit. Your mother taught you that shit. You gotta forget all that shit. Be a man. Stop worrying about all that dumb shit. She taught you that shit. The God in the sky, and you going to church every Sunday and shit, and getting on your knees and praying. And waiting for Santa Claus and all that other shit. And if she don't want to, you learned all that, you gotta forget all that shit she told you. Like I be saying, you gotta forget all that shit. All that shit she told you is a fucking lie. And then what it does is it makes you just a sucker. Makes you a sucker when women come along. You be thinking because a girl is pretty, she gonna have good sex. Her face don't mean shit. It's up here, it's her brain. It's how she thinks. That's the shit that counts.